ever said, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna get a new job, I'm gonna run a marathon, I'm gonna compete in a bodybuilding competition, I'm gonna get out of my lousy, stinking, rotten job and start my own business, I'm going to travel the world, I'm gonna. And have you ever been in a situation where you've told everybody what you're gonna do and then you didn't do it? And isn't that uncomfortable and awkward and embarrassing? So I was taught a very long time ago that if you're going to do something, just do it. Don't tell anybody what you're going to do. Because the challenge with that, there's two things. If you don't do it, if you pull out, if you're undisciplined or you're lazy or you gave up or it was too much of a challenge for you, now it's a really embarrassing situation because you've told so many people what you're going to do and you didn't. So you then, that's yuck, I didn't do it. And then you have to make up excuses for why you didn't do it. But if you tell people what you're going to do, is it possible that there are people who will tell you you can't? I want to open my own business. You can't. It's not possible. It won't work. I want to run a marathon. You're too big. You can't do it. You're not fit enough. I want to go in a bodybuilding competition. You don't have the discipline. You won't be able to do it. And I'm using those two examples as a classic because I was told in 1 year that I was too big to compete in a marathon. I couldn't run one because I was too big. And I couldn't compete in bodybuilding because I was too small. Now, I just took that as an interesting, because people have always got an opinion, haven't they? People love telling you what you can and can't do. So I said to myself, I wonder if I can. So I'm going to. I didn't tell anybody that I was going to. I just did. I trained for marathon, which technically you don't have to do, by the way. You just have to be really fit and really strong and mentally tough. And I got into the process of training for bodybuilding, and I did them both in the same year, which is quite unusual, really, because they're both different training methods. But I'm sharing that with you because I didn't say to everybody, I'm gonna. I just went and did it. Because I knew that if I told people what I was going to do, there'd be people who pulled me down, who would say that I couldn't do it. There's a lot of negative nastiness in the world, isn't there? So don't deal with it. If you tell your family that you want to start a business, they might not believe you, so they tell you that you can't because you've tried many things before and you've said you're going to and you didn't, so they might be already negative about your goals and your plans. Or in their personal experience, business will fail. They might have seen businesses fail. They might have had a failed business and they don't want you to fail. So they tell you that you can't do it. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means that you'll have to deal with the negativity of people in your life. And that's obviously, there's a thing called the seed of doubt, and it's one of the most dangerous weapons in the world. It's only tiny. If you have one tiny seed of doubt in your brain, you probably won't do it. So don't let people inject negativity into your brain. If you decide you want to do something, just go do it. Then you can tell people that you did it if you want to. But here's a great question. Why do we need to tell people what we did? Is it an ego thing? Is it a please praise me, please compliment me because I ran a marathon or I did a bodybuilding competition or I've got a successful business or I've got a new car or I've been on a holiday? We seem to want to be, especially now with social media, people are constantly telling people two things: what they're gonna do and what they did. The challenge, of course, with social media is a lot of times what people say they did, they didn't actually do. So you see it and you think, oh, wow, aren't they amazing? So you think that you're not as significant because you haven't done that stuff. But here's a better question. What do you want to do? Not be impressed by other people and have to copy what other people do. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What's going to excite you? What's going to give you power and passion and enthusiasm for life? And then go do it. And of course, if you do stuff, you feel really good about yourself. You don't need other people to tell you. If you run a marathon, there's nothing more exciting than running across the line after 42.2 kilometres, and now you can call yourself a marathon runner. You don't have to tell everybody you did it. Just do it and feel good about yourself. If you open up a successful business, you can rave about it to everybody, but why do you need to? You are now doing what you love. You're earning money doing what you love. You're adding value to the world, and what a great way to wake up every day. Why do we need to tell everybody about it? But if you do need to tell everybody, could it be a great idea to tell them what you've done, not what you're going to do? Because I'll ask the question again. Isn't it embarrassing if you say I'm gonna and you don't? And isn't it awful if you tell people what you're going to do and they try and tell you that you can't? So I was told I could never have a career as an exercise professional. It wasn't a real job. That was the last time I told people what I was going to do. I realised that my dreams and my goals and what I was passionate about wasn't what my family wanted for me. So it wasn't not that they didn't love me, they just didn't want me to do that. Really interesting just as a side note, I have been successful in the exercise profession, and depending on how you gauge success, but I've woken up every day doing what I love. But I ended up, and this is not to impress but to express that you can be very successful at what you do, ended up on the Young Rich list in Australia. So one of the richest people in Australia under the age of 40. And it was so interesting then, because then my family, oh, wow, you do have a real job, and wow, you're amazing. I didn't tell them that, by the way. They saw that all of that information in the press. So what a great thing to be able to do, rather than tell people what you're going to do and then be embarrassed because you didn't do it, or have them add negativity into your dream and try and steal your dream. How about just go do it? And if people see what you've done and you inspire other people because you've done it, that's awesome. But ultimately, at the beginning of the day or the end of the day, when you look in your mirror, you've got to be really happy with your life and happy with what you did. And if you're doing stuff to impress other people, is it possible that that could backfire? Because it doesn't matter how successful you become, there's always going to be people that hate you because you are successful. Can you deal with that? If you don't tell anybody what you're doing, then you won't have to deal with that rubbish. If you post on social media what you're going to do and you don't do it, that's embarrassing. If you post on social media what you have done, less embarrassing because you've done it. But why do we need to tell people what we've done? Now, that's a very personal question. I'm just asking the question because I would love everybody to wake up every day doing what they love, to be happy people, to love their life. The 4 things that I talk about every single day. Are you healthy, fit and strong so you can go and do all the things that you want to do? Do you have a career or business that you love so you wake up every day loving your life because you've got a purpose to wake up and go do it? Being financially free so that you don't have to be struggling for money, be worried about money. Financial security gives you great peace of mind. What a great way to live. And then why would you have crappy people in your life? It's a question that to me is a ridiculous thing to ask. Why do you have horrible people in your life? And if you do, is it time to get rid of them? Because those negative people are usually the ones that tell you you can't do it, it's not possible, it won't work, and they might be stealing your dream. So if you want to live your life to the max, how about this? Go and do all the things that you want to do, and do them. Don't let somebody steal your dream. And if you do them, wouldn't it be nice to be in a place where it doesn't matter whether people appreciate what you've done or they criticize you for what you've done? You're really proud of who you are because you've done what you love to do. Could that be a great way to live your life to the max? Super duper doo, how are you? Living my life to the max. And we've got our first snow for the year. Isn't it beautiful? Woohoo! Check out the snowing. Yay!